Hi there, it's Emma from Emma's Cards and Paper Crafts. Today I thought I'd show you the new catalogue which has just gone live today, and I thought I'd point out some of the newer items that are in the catalogue that have just been released. So these are actually some of the new colours in the colour change up that we've just had. So this is showing the vast array of colours that we've now got as our colour refresh, including some new colours, some old colours, some returning colours. So our first suite is the Bright and Beautiful, which actually I can share this one with you because I have this here. One second. Oh. So this is the Bright Beautiful Balloons. I did show this in a more in-depth video previously before. We've got the DSP, and inside this set we do have the dies as well. So we've got returning colours which are Pretty Peacock, a Lemon and Lime Twist, Blueberry Bushel, new colour, Bubble Bath, and Azure Afternoon. I'm not sure if that one's a new one or a returning one though. We've got these lovely little carousel horses, which is a brand new set. We've got the Circle Sayings, which comes in a bundle with a punch 2 3/8 of an inch, because the circle punches are now coming back again, which is good to hear. They coordinate with quite a lot of sets of circle stamps and work well with them, so you've got quite a lot of different sentiments and images for that set. Charming Sentiments is carried over from the previous catalogue. We've got the Lazy Days, which is the new a new set, which comes with matching dies if you wanted to buy the bundle. There's just a few ideas. Just to point out the Exposed Brickwork, which is a new embossing folder as well. Actually, I think that might be a carried over one actually from before. So I've used that here with the background, sort of like to make a trellis scene of a garden. Sweetest Cherries is carried over. Seasonal Branches, this is a nice little new one with birds and flowers. That one comes with coordinating dies if you buy the bundle. The Dainty Delight has carried over. We've got this one, which is the Hope You Know sentiments set. It's good to have a set or two with quite a lot of sentiments in, so you've always got something to go with what you're making. So we've got Wishing You Comfort, Truly Deeply Grateful, Hello Friend, You're the Sunshine That Brightens so many of my days, Just Saying Thank You, Doesn't Seem Like Enough, Hope You Know How Much Your Kindness is Appreciated, May You Find Peace in the Days That Come and in Loving Thoughts That Surround You Now, Thinking of You Today, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and so on. So this one's quite a good one for maybe sympathy cards and general cards, just to say I miss you. We've got the Handmade Hugs. So this one coordinates with the Handmade Tag Punch. Nature's Prints, that was from the Sun Prints suite from the previous catalogue. The DSP didn't carry over, but the stamp set and the dies did carry over. We've got Lighting the Way, which is carried over. That also has dies that coordinates. Colour and Contour has carried over again. That has matching dies as well. Sending Smiles, that one's carried over, as is the Pansy Punch, and they both have matching dies. A nice cute new one is this one here with the ice creams and pies and pretzels and cakes. This one's called Super Cool. So you've got some nice big standout sentiments or words for that one, and that one is just a standalone stamp set. There isn't dies for that one though, but again you could use Circle Punch for these, or some general You've got the stylish shapes, which would probably work well with these, the dies. So refreshing. This is a nice new one as well. So you've got jug with lemonade, lemon. I suppose it could be any drink you want. So you can stamp your jug so it's completely coloured jug or a half full jug, or half empty, depends which way you work. Got a 2-step stamp for the flowers, so you could stamp the stalks and the flowers separately. Oh, it's 3-step actually. You've got the inside of the flower as well. 2 steps for the leaves. So that one's quite a nice one to build up your colours if you're not that great at colouring or not confident in colouring. You can get that one with matching dies. This one's quite a pretty cute suite. So this is called Les Shops. So you get the DSP. We've got the loose silver sequins, stamp set and dies. So you can build your own shops. Will it be a cake shop? Will it be a bookshop? So build your own shops. I think also some of the shops here may coordinate with the dies. I can't guarantee that though. Sweet Citrus has carried over from the previous catalogue, so has the Good Feelings. Something Fancy has carried over, and the coordinating dies. Two-Tone Flora has carried over. So there's quite a lot of stuff that has carried over. Might not seem like it. We did lose quite a lot of punches in the new catalogue, but we've gained a lot of new ones too. Sentimental Park has carried over. Best Family Ever. So this one's a really good one for all the different names, family members. You can just build up all of your words. So you've got mum, dad, son. Then you can add in-law, and, whichever way you want to do it. And then you've got some general sentiments as well at the bottom. Petal Park has carried over, as has the Builder Punch that goes with it. Very Best Occasions has carried over. Apple Harvest has carried over. Cottage Wreaths has carried over with the wreath dies. Season of Chic has carried over. Wonderful Thoughts is our another new general sentiments set, which actually comes with coordinating dies which cut out the actual outline, so it's better than trying to fussy cut them, which I think is really good. I hate fussy cutting round sentiments. So yeah, alongside that you've also got some flowers in the dies here as well, so I think it's this one up here, and a couple of hearts as well, so I think it's this one they've used. Regal Reindeer has carried over. The Brightest Glow and the Label to Glow dies have carried over, so you can get ahead on Christmas. I know it's not even anywhere near even July yet, let alone Christmas. I know there's a few of us that do Christmas in July projects. The Perched in a Tree has carried over. Ringed with Nature has carried over, and the Hybrid embossing folder. So this is an embossing folder that your die actually goes into. So when you stamp your image, you put your image inside the embossing folder as well as the die, and you can emboss and cut at the same time. So you can make sure it's always perfect, perfectly square and never wonky, because I hate it when you emboss something and then when you try and die cut it ends up wonky. Celebrate with Tags has carried over. Another cute one, lots of cute animals. A llama knitting. Who doesn't need a llama knitting in their life? Or a karaoke tortoise. Or a crocodile on a bicycle. Or an alligator. Either way, so this is a zoo crew. You get the DSP, so you've got patterned or images on each side. So each page of this, from other videos I've seen, other demonstrators, each of these pages is themed. So you've got the musical, sort of like a birthday sort of themed one, dancing, crafts, and I'm not quite sure what this last one is. Can't remember what the last one is. But then on the reverse side, you've all got black and white designs on the reverse of all of them. Also, a lot of these images aren't completely coloured in, so you could colour them in how you wanted to as well. And I know that there's a few of these images that coordinate with the dies, so you can cut them out from the DSP. You also get the ribbons with these in Petal Pink and Lemon Lime Twist. Over to the next page, we've got Bird's Eye View, which is new. This is just a standalone stamp set. There's no dies to go with this one, unfortunately. And we've got a new addition to the Hey Chick sort of series of stamps. We've got Hey Chuck now for the men in your life. That comes with a coordinating die set. We've got the Easter Bunny set that's carried over. Happy Labels has carried over. Silly Goose. Silly Goose has been around for a couple of catalogues now, if I remember rightly. Everybody loves the goose, as they do the Hey Chick. Taco Fiesta has carried over. We've got this little monkey set, which is quite cute, that's brand new. So that comes with a monkey builder punch. Biggest Wish has carried over again. Hello Kiwi. So going with the fruit theme, we've had quite a lot of fruit in videos, and the latest fruit is the kiwi. That one doesn't have anything, it doesn't have any dies or punch or anything though, it's just a standalone stamp set. So your circle punches would be good for cutting out your kiwis. Cheryl Milkshake's carried over. Phrases for All is a nice new one. So just big sentiments. Sometimes I find in some stamp sets just sentiments are quite small and kind of lost in the front of your card, whereas these are nice big sentiments that give you a centre focal point and just bring out your sentiment on the page a bit nicer. Friendship Royalty. Who doesn't like a princess tiara? So this one's quite a nice one. This one's actually a million sales achiever. Kelly, can't pronounce the surname, won't go there because I don't want to make a hash of it. So she has sold the equivalent of I think it's £1 million worth of sales in her career to be able to design a stamp set, or help design a stamp set in her name, or with her name as her achievement. On the next page we've got the Little Dreamers. This is a nice cute one for baby cards, new baby. So you can get the matching dies for this one. So you've got an elephant, a little lion, a cow, and I'm gonna say could be a squirrel, it could be a beaver. Answers on postcards for that one. I'm gonna say it's a beaver looking at the tail though, but the face and body looks like a squirrel. Anyway, on to the next one. Hello Ladybug and the Ladybug Builder Punch have carried over. The Happy Hedgehogs and Builder Punch has carried over, or the Hedgehog Punch has. Sweet Songbirds and the Bird Builder Punch has carried over. So lots and lots of animals this year. Playing in the Rain, that was in our last catalogue. I think that was the January to April catalogue. The DSP has retired, but the stamps and dies have carried over. Everyday Thanks. This one's a great one for teachers, nurses, just to say thank you. I don't know, school teachers. But you've got your little light and siren, plasters, you know, as you do. And then by my side, I quite like the children people in this one. They're quite cute. So that one's carried over. So that one's just a standalone stamp set. So another new suite here. We've got the Countryside Inn. So this has got lots of nesting dies here. So they each, I believe they each make a different pattern in the paper. Or is it this? Maybe it's the stamps make each of the, yeah, the stamps make each of the patterns, so the dots, the lines, stitching flowers and petals, and then the dies cut out each of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the shapes. And we've got this lovely blue DSP, but I find it's lots of florals, and then you randomly have one page that has bunny rabbits on it, and I think there's one page that has foxes on it, which they're really deceiving. I think it's this one here that's hiding. You can see the foxes just poking out. But I find it such a strange stamp set. So you can see the foxes here and the bunny rabbits and there's birds. But they seem to be just sort of like lost in all of the floralness of it all. And they just seem to randomly pop out and surprise you. I definitely didn't envision the animals being in it until somebody showed the packet of DSP when they're opening it. So on to the next one. Lasting Joy, so another sentiments, but again I feel these are quite small sentiments. They're good for small projects. It's always good to have a mixture of big and small sentiments, and a few flowers. Standalone set, textured floral. So this is another new floral set, and you can get coordinating dies, and there's a few standalone dies in here, sort of makes flowers and leaf sprigs, so you can build up. So this is one of the standalone dies, the green at the back. Next up, Quiet Meadow has carried over. Timeless Arrangements is a nice new one with coordinating dies. We've got Darling Details, another new one with coordinating dies. This one's got quite a few frames and outlines with it as well as the dies. Just My Type, nice little typewriter stamp set. I quite like this one. I love the hello where it's spelled out in letters rather than just a whole word together. You can cut them out individually. So that one's a standalone stamp set. Earth and Elegance. So this one's got quite a few of our new in colours in. So the in colours are Copper Clay, Moody Mauve, Pebble Path are three of our new in colours. I just love the whole neutral tones of this one. So there's the stamp set dies, and also this lovely, I don't know what you call, but it's like it's ribbon, but it's not ribbon. It's like a woven, a wavy trim they call it. That's quite cute. I love the colour of it. And onwards, we've got another new one here. So these here, I think they'd probably work well with your circle punches that have come back as well. I think we've got 3 different sizes now. I think it's the 1.5 inch, 2 inch and 2 3/4, which was at the beginning of this catalogue. So the first 2 are online exclusives. The 1.5, I say 1.5, maybe it's 1 3/4 and 2 inches. Those 2 are online exclusives, so you won't actually find those in the catalogue. You'd have to go to my online store to order those. Hope and Prayer has carried over. Places in the Heart has carried over. We're slowly getting there. We're about halfway. Time Together is a nice new set. I love the, well, I call it an egg timer, but the sand timer. Just the way that it is here. Create your own image of however you like. I love that they've got the different sand stamped images, but obviously you could just use your blends or oh, what's the other pen called? Stampin' Right marker, and you could create your own image. So like this one here is in the shape of a heart. I'm sure you could just make this you could make it in somebody's initial or something like that, however you wanted really. Just do it with little dots to build up your colour. Country Bouquet, that was in the last catalogue as well. That's carried over, as has the punch that matches with it. A few more standalone stamp sets here. The Everlasting Beauty, Here's to Love, Kindest Expression. So again, lovely big sentiments. I love big sentiments. So like this card here, they've used Oh Happy Day as the main focal point and just sort of decorated around it. I love it. I love big sentiments. Yeah, sometimes a big sentiment's all you need when you've got a large or a card with nice DSP behind it, and the DSP does all of the work for you, and just having a nice big sentiment in front is all it needs to show off your paper. Next week up is Let's Go Fishing. I will be buying this one. My husband's an avid fisherman, so this will be good for his birthday cards and Father's Day cards, and yeah, he'll actually be getting fishy cards from now on. So this one will be going on my next order, so I will be doing a video to show off this suite. So you get the coordinating dies, there's the twisted rope embossing folder, the DSP, so you've got reasonable sized sentiments in here, and I love the fact that you've got a tackle box dies here, so you can create a card that is just a tackle box with all of your tackle in, which he'll like, because those sort of things please him. The only thing that's not really realistic to me is it looks like a bauble. That's not a boy at all. A boy doesn't look like that. Boys have sort of curved handles in the top. It doesn't seem very, unless it's supposed to be the fishing weight. Again, it doesn't really seem all that realistic to me, but we'll go with it. Lures are pretty realistic, but we'll keep going. Supremely awesome. A nice pizza stamp set. Who doesn't need a pizza stamp set? It's a science for those science fanatics in your life. Construction zone. This one's going to be awesome for little kids, especially little boys who love their cars and vehicles, because who doesn't like standing and watching a digger or watching a forklift move an empty pallet? Sometimes that's amazing fun to watch. And you know, when you're going down the motorway and you're sat next to a concrete delivery truck and they just want to sit there and watch it going round and round and round, even though they can't see what's in there or that it's even got anything in it, they still want to watch it going round and round and round. That's my son all over. He likes things that do stuff, and he's addicted to that kind of thing. Next page, we've got the next destination. So this is a nice one for scrapbooking for holidays. Sweet and Precious. My youngest child is obsessed with giraffes, so I will have to be ordering this one. When we did our pre-order, we was only given a select amount of products that we could order on our pre-order. We couldn't order anything we wanted from the catalogue, so this was one of the ones we couldn't order yet. He's all that, and the coordinating dies, that's carried over. We will get to the end of the stamps and dies soon. I don't think there's that many more. Oceanfront's carried over, Grassy Grove and coordinating dies is carried over, Wild and Sweet has carried over. Another new suite is the Stargazing suite. My little boy's actually obsessed with planets and rockets and spaceships and just generally looking at the sky at night time. He's asked for a telescope for his birthday. I can see it ended up dismantled because he likes to play with screwdrivers, or broken in seconds. But that's what he's asked for. Not sure if he'll get it. We are in a prime location. We do have a loft room, so it'd be great for sticking it out the window up in the loft to be able to see the stars at night. But I do love these DSP paper. Might just buy that by itself. See how it goes. So you've actually got the holographic trio of specialty paper here. So you've got the iridescent, the purple blue iridescent, like a silver. Legendary Ride has carried over, On the Ocean has carried over, Beside Me has carried over. So it's about 50-50 what's carried over and what's new, I think. Fun on Wheels, of course you've got to have a scooter in there. So that one comes with coordinating dies. And this is another really good one I like. I've seen quite a few people do this. So you've got your sewing machine and cut and emboss machine here. So to show you how realistic it is, apart from it not having the logo actually written on it, it is a carbon copy of our cut and emboss machine. So this is in the boho blue, and they've also got a trimmer here as well, and you can actually feed the card through it and one of, I think it's these ones here, actually create your little tabs that you push along on your trimmer, so you can actually make a trimmer to put on a card. How funny is that? It's quite ironic that you use your trimmer to make the trimmer and your die cut machine to make your die cut machine to put on your card. It's quite cool, because who doesn't like miniature things? Next page, these are all, these two are carried over, so Enjoy the Rhythm and Brewed for You, that has coordinating dies. Happy Birthday, who doesn't want an Xbox controller? Obviously. And then you've got your more retro, I'd say this is more of like a Sega or a, what's the other one called? I think it begins with an A. Even older than a Sega, but still very similar. It might be one of the really old Nintendo controllers, actually. I remember having one that was square like this when I was a child. So about 30 years ago. Can't think what it's called though. So this is just a standalone one, no dies. Ink's Botanical Suite. Lots of florals, lots of bright colours. Brain went completely blank there. So we've got this inked and tiled bundle. The 2 punches tessellate, so you can make your own sort of like tiled image, or you can use them as sort of like star shapes. But I think it's cool how you could like put them together to create like a tiled floor. You could even do it with your floral papers to make a lovely mosaic image on your card, and then top it with some flowers. Quite cute. In the Moment has carried over. Layering Leaves is a nice new one. This one's also a million sales achiever, Rachel Tessman. Go To Greetings. This is a carried over million sales achiever stamp set. I've not actually seen many million sales achiever stamp sets carry over before, so I've had this one quite a while now, so it's got to have been in at least one more catalogue for me to have already had this quite a while. Bottled Happiness has carried over, and the Bottle Punch. Bold Bouquet is a nice new one, but again I feel like we've got quite a few floral in this catalogue that are quite new. Not keen on these flowers. I like ones that are not just solid stamped flowers, if you get what I mean. I prefer ones that have got a little bit more dimension to them, is the word I think that I'm looking for. Or like a 2-step stamp image is what I prefer, rather than just a solid one. That comes with, or has coordinating dies and some standalone dies that go, they don't cut out the images, but they've got leaves and sprigs and things that coordinate. Wildlife Wonder has carried over. Scenic Wonders matches perfectly, so you've got scenes to go with your Wildlife Wonder. Seaside Bay is another million sales achiever. This one's carried over as well. This was in the last catalogue, and this does have coordinating dies, the Seaside Bay dies. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with this DSP. This DSP is really screaming a little bit crazy to me. I think it is going for the whole mixed media kind of imaging here, but it just seems really random and out there to me. Not my thing at all, but it appeals to some people. I suppose on each page there might be one side that I like, maybe, but I won't be buying that one. I do like this stamp though. I know my friend Jazz would love this because it's all vintagey and it looks like it's the writing is worn away. And I like this one here as well. It makes it look like it's like the ring binder of a book has worn away the page, which is quite cool. Has coordinating dies, so you can cut top. So this is similar to the stamp set that we've stamp and die set that we've just had retire. Can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. It's been put away. But it had another type of notebook sort of spiral bound die in it, so it's nice that we've got another one to kind of replace it, but it's cool. I'm not sure this suite's for me, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that like the bright colours and just the way it's put together. Mixed media appeals to quite a lot of people, just not me. Next page, vertical blooms. I love sentiments that are vertical as well, because you're always getting them horizontal, and then but sometimes it just doesn't work with the card you want to make or the project you want to make, or like a sampler. Sometimes you want your writing to be vertical rather than horizontal. Just looks nice. Change things up a little bit. The Days to Remember has carried over. This one I've used so much, so many different things, especially for like making invitations for my children's birthdays. Also when we've done scrapbooking pages, just to put like the date on the page for when we've been to a family wedding or children's graduation days and stuff like that. Coffee with Friends is a nice new one. Another million sales achiever. Quite a few million sales achievers this year. Well done, everybody. Next up, thanks for everything. So these are like reverse stamped images. So you stamp the background as opposed to the image. So the image is left blank, if you get what I mean. So you can see slightly better here. So these are red rubber stamps. So it stamps the background rather than the image. So this stamp here is what they've done here, which I think is quite cool. I love how they work. Botanical Layers is carried over. Your Path Awaits. Gives me Italy kind of vibes with the fountains. Standalone stamp set. No dies though. It's unfortunate. It'd be nice to build up your picture with dies, wouldn't it? Fountain. Next up, Love for You has carried over. Sea Turtles carried over. A new Enchanted Butterflies. These are all 2-step stamps. Oh, they're reversible stamps, so you can use the reverse of the stamp. So literally when you mount these stamps, you mount your outline first, stamp it. Then you can turn your stamp over and mount it. And it gives you the in-filled colour. Or like they've done here, make it look like sort of a shadow. Onwards, Fresh as a Daisy. I'm not completely sold on this paper, but I have seen some lovely projects with it so far. Again, this has got all of the new ink colours in: the Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, Moody Mauve and Pebble Path. Those are our 5 new ink colours for this year. I'm not sold on them yet, but I'm sure they're going to grow on me. Coordinating dies as well, and you get your in colour dots with these ones too. Beauty of the Deep is new and with coordinating dies. Waves of Inspiration, this has been around. This was originally an online exclusive to start with, I think, or it was one that was released randomly mid-catalogue one time, and everybody went crazy for it. I love it, but for some reason I've just not bought it. I don't know why, but I think it's because in my head, I think because it's been around for a while now, if I buy it, then it will soon be put on the retired list and I won't have got the time to use it, but I want to get out of it. And I don't know. Artistically Inked is carried over. Prize Plant. Haven't seen anybody use this one yet, but it's new, and I love that it's the 3-step stamp to create your image. You've got the outline, the infill, and then the highlights. Softly Sketched, it's quite pretty. Around the Bend. So in the last catalogue, I believe they trialled a few stamp sets where they offered the photopolymer and the red rubber. The red rubber of this one retired, but they've kept on the photopolymer. I presume because it was more popular. Personally, I'm a photopolymer girl. I like to see where I'm stamping. I like to see the image as I'm stamping it, especially if I'm stamping images close together, so I can see how close I am to it. Alphabest has carried over with the little punch, stamped with love. I love the postbox because it's quite cute, and the envelope. This is also got our Stampin for the Angel policy. So here's the details here about the Angel policy. So if you want to make cards with your Stampin' Up products and then sell them, you must stamp the Stampin' Up copyright on the back of the card that you're selling, or in an unobvious place if you don't want it to be seen, but it needs to be on that card if you are to sell the project, or any project you're to sell. So even if you're making a gift box, as long as it's stamped on the inside, for example, you won't necessarily see it, but you have to put it on there to be able to legally sell it. So yeah, it's a great little stamp set to have, and it's also got a hand stamped one as well. So if you just like to make for friends and family, you could stamp this one on the back, and then you can put their little name in the back. So just makes it that little bit more special. So now we're into the overview. So we've got a couple of, well, 3 new embossing folders, or background stamps even. Oh, brain's going foggy now. We're getting there slowly. So we've got the Sketch Plaid, Berry Harvest, and In the Stars. So this one goes well with the spaceship, astronaut-y, I can't think what the suite was called, but that will go well with that one. And then we've got these ones that have carried over. So that's the Rays of Light, Spiral Die, Timeless Tiles, Watercolour World, Snow Crystal, perfectly detailed. And then on to the new colours. So we've got Misty Moonlight, which was in colour a couple years back that has returned. We've got Pecan Pie, which is new. Pretty Peacock and Blueberry Bushel that have returned. Lost Lagoon and Fresh Freesia, which was going to leave us in the in colours this year, but has actually stayed on. We've got Lemon Lolly and Bubble Bath as new colours. Berry Burst is another returning colour. As Your Afternoon is new. Lemon and Lime Twist has returned. So here are our 5 new in colours. So they're mostly kind of neutral, earthy tones. Quite the very opposite of our bright colours that we had last year for our in colours. But I have seen the lovely Pootles, Sam Hammond Donald. She's put her in colours together to create a rainbow on her desk with her inks and pens. I'll link a picture of that in my video, or in a link to her post where she showed them putting a rainbow, and they actually go quite well in a rainbow, even though they're more earthy tones and really bright tones. They somehow work together. So because all of the colour shake up we've had, we've got cardstock and pens. So we've got the watercolour pencils, because a few of them have retired in the sets. The watercolour pens, the Stampin' Write markers. We've got brand new sets that include all of the new colours. We've got some in colour treat bags, so paper bags, great for little gifts. Little bag of pick and mix sweets as a party favour maybe. We've got lots of new specialty papers here. This one here is reminding me of the champagne-y coloured one we had about a year ago for Celebration. I have a real good feeling that it's exactly the same. I might have to order this one just to compare and see if they're exactly the same. This pack obviously comes with a gold as well, but the champagne colour I think is the same colour. We shall see. So here's an overview of all of our nice new DSPs. So we've got our in colour, well, no, they're not in colours actually. Glorious Gingham. So this is just a standalone DSP set that doesn't have a suite with it. But I do like the bright colours. So that's Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, Lemon Lime Twist, Pecan Pie and Pretty Peacock. So it was the stargazing set I was on about just a minute ago that would go well with the background stamp with the stars. We've got our in colour DSP paper pack assortments, and you can also get those in the brights, neutrals, regals and subtles. Oh, this is really nice. This is part of the Bright and Beautiful suite. I'm not sure if I pointed it out to start with, but it's they say it's specialty DSP, but it's actually like your plastic window sheet, but it's got gold foiling on it, so it'd be great for like gift boxes for windows. And we've got some nice new vellum as well. Was it? No, it's carried over vellum. Excuse me, I misspoke. So this is what I love doing at the moment, is the Memories and More cards and the albums. So I might do a video sometime, maybe using these Memories and More cards. This is why I've got the corner folded over, because I want these. So I've been doing an album a year for the last, well, I started last year for our family outgoings and going out, and special occasions. And I have started January's this year, but we're now in May. So I need to catch up. I've got a few months worth of pages to catch up on. So I shall do that very, very soon, I think. What's new here? Nothing new here. Iridescent shaker circles. These are quite cute, cool. I do like the colours in these. Great for shaker cards. We've got quite a few gems, adhesive, back to pearls and things that have carried over. So these were from that same suite I was on about earlier. I can't think what it's called. It's gone. But it was my favourite one, and I don't know why my memory's gone so blank, because it was my favourite suite. It had flowers, lots of flowers. And I can't think for the life of me what it was called. It's just gone. Anyway, so I'll be ordering some more of these because I like these. I love the butterflies, so I'll be ordering more of those. So in one of the stamp sets and punch sets back there, the bottled happiness, you can get the bottle domes, so you can actually fill these up with sequins, so you can make it look like there's water in the bottom of your bottle, or you can make it look like they've got those Orbeez in the bottom that some people like to put in their vases. Lots of new ribbons. We've got our in colour, it's called jute trim, but it's more like twine. So you get that 5 spools in there of each of the colours. So this is all of our current punches. I noticed the Dragonfly punch has stayed, but the Dragonfly stamp set has retired. Completely random. And it seems really obscure to me that they've done that, but they have, because I don't think I would use the dragonflies just by themselves. I'm not sure, but anyway, anything new here? Don't think so. I think that's everything. So then at the back of the catalogue you've got the bundles, and it does give you the pages, but it's just easier to reference them, what pages they're on. Have a quick flick through of which bundles are which, if you're looking for something quickly. And then you've got all of your die sets here. And then now we're on to the embossing folders. So we've got the Countryside Blossoms, which is new. No, the Inspo's Brickwork one is new. I thought it was new. And Geometric Patterns, so that's a pack of 2, and they fit in the mini. And the Delightful Doily Hybrid, so that will be a embossing folder that goes with the, it comes with the 4 dies, so it cuts out the images here. And that's that. Here we go. Earn reward, host party rewards. So these are the 2 host stamp sets. So to get these you need to spend, mine has gone blank, with a certain amount of spend. I'm going to say that it's a £275 spend, but or no, maybe you can buy the host sets as with any order, but they are a slightly reduced price. They're only £13 each, so you can add those onto your orders. So we've got the Night of Flight and the Calm and Quiet, so £13 when they're valued at £22 each. So host rewards. So this shows you here your Stampin' rewards. So on £150 order you'd get 10% additional, so an extra £15 worth of product for free. So on this one you get 12%, £400 you get 14%. If your order's £525 or more, you'd get 16% in Stampin' rewards as additional spending. And then we have done. And that's the end of the catalogue. If you'd like to see a catalogue or would like me to send you the PDF copy in an email, do let me know and I'll get that sent straight across to you. If you've got any questions about anything in the catalogue or are not so internet savvy and would like to make an order by a message, do let me know. I can take your details, I can put the order through and get it sent to you. I know some people prefer to do paper order forms and hand to me. I could do that too. Just let me know, I can send you out a physical copy or the PDF copy. I hope you've enjoyed looking through the catalogue and looking at what's new and what's carried over, and I will see you again soon. Bye!